Good morning, Princess, and welcome, members of the court. Today, we are at EPCOT. Yes, continuing to catch up on a number of things. Today will be my first time on Guardians of the Galaxy. Probably talk about the Guardians of the Nation. Also, plan on taking a ride on Remy also, because never done this version here. My boarding group. Is that what it's called? I don't know, but my virtual queue time is now-ish. So, yeah, what a way to start the day. I will also be having an early lunch at Connections Cafe. Timed it, well, as best I could. There she is. I think this is the Nova Corps ship or something. And yeah, the pedestal. I see what people are talking about now. I think it would have looked better with just the scaffolding. Oh, I like this shot. There's a gazillion POVs of this, the queue, the ride, and everything, so I'm not going to bother with that. We're just here in the first bit of the queue. It used to be the waiting vestibule for Universe of Energy. So, all right, well, we'll talk afterwards, and I'll let you know how awesome it was. I'm just going to say that because I've heard good things. Wow. Reputation deserved. So we are 2 for 2 on amazing new experiences this trip. Let's see if we can keep that up somehow. All right, it is, well, I still have an hour, I think, until lunch. And yeah, I can make it. I don't have time to go and ride Remy. That will not be some amazing new experience. I do understand that. All right, you know what? Let's check out the new shop. I've not been in there, although, well, I'll reserve judgment, but wow, yes. This is good. Well, we're in the new creation store, and yeah, it is very retail focused. It kind of lacks the charm that Mouse Gear had. I see what people are saying. Merchandise is nice as always, but they could have done a little bit better than this, I suppose. But there's one thing I will be back for, and I'm doing this so I remember. Yes, I have to have it. Just a few more minutes before I can order lunch, and I was thinking about it now that I've had a few moments to, whoa, okay, yeah, I gotta watch out for the curbs. Now that I've had a few more moments to think about it, yeah, both of those were fantastic roller coasters, Iron Gwazi and Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'm by no means a roller coaster enthusiast, but I do certainly enjoy them. And I will say that given, you know what, they're both the same. Well, not the same. I know they're not the same. For me, they are the same. Guardians is not as intense element-wise as Iron Gwazi, but the theming and the rotating vehicles adds that extra element that the intenseness of Gwazi, I can barely talk today, gives. And I find them both equally enjoyable. There's actual real competition now here in Central Florida for Hagrid's. Now I'm very conflicted on which is my favorite. Okay, I'll stew on that for a little bit. Anyway, oh, and just another reminder, good parents do not make their kids wear masks. I know, I really feel bad for these kids because in a few years, when the problems start to show, these parents, a lot of them whom are not taking care of themselves, by the way, are not going to be introspective and ask what they did to contribute to this. They're probably just going to put them on medication and make them dependent on the pharmaceutical industry for the rest of their life. That, I think, was part of the plan, but still, it's heartbreaking to see that still, these little kids being forced to wear masks. Just, it's over. It is over. If you need to wear one because you have issues, then that's fine. But the kids, they've always been the least vulnerable. I'm just gonna loiter inside for a bit. But first impressions, this place is huge. I never really realized how big this building was, because this here was part of Innoventions. The electric umbrella was almost outside. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of space in here. They have this very impressive mural along here, but still, it keeps going. Check this out. This place is huge. This was divided up into a number of different sections, so yeah, never got a chance to see, I don't know, what the space was really like. There is like an EPCOT in the floor somewhere. Let's go find that. I guess this is tea setups from around the world. Some of them are quite pretty. Like I like that one. And of course, the biggest line is for the swill. Yes, I know I drank it on the ship because it was just barely better than the buffet coffee. This can't be it. It's not big enough. Maybe that was it. Maybe I'm totally misremembering that. I've been all the way around. I don't see anything that matches the very vague memory that I have. I'd never seen it before. I'd just seen like videos and pictures. All right, mobile order is in, so hopefully it'll be just a couple of minutes. Finally, lunchtime. This is the Bistro Burger, and to go with that, yes, it's a 5-ounce pour of cab. Apparently, I don't really know what 5 ounces look like. This is only, I think, $13.99 or $12.99. That seems to make sense. It comes with either fries, coleslaw, or a Mediterranean salad, which, well, that's what I chose. This, however, the wine, it was 11 bucks. I don't know about that. I got ketchup and mayo. I know what I keep saying, but I don't really know how the burger is sauced, so I figured at least we'll keep it European. Right, that was pretty good. And for the price compared to what I've had, yes, quite good. On par, I'd say, with the pulled pork from yesterday, and I think it was about the same price, so that worked out very well. It was not sauced. There was cheese, but not really a sauce, so it was a smidge on the dry side. I think they're expecting people to get fries and then have like the ketchup and mayo and everything, but I didn't. So, well, I'm not gonna say it's on me. It's just the easiest way to fix that is with just a fattier beef patty, and there you go. That will solve that problem completely. But yes, quite enjoyable. I think there's maybe a controversy over this one, but no. Quite good. Oh, interesting question came up. No, I was not eavesdropping, but can't help but hear conversations. Question: is Guardians better than Tron? Okay. I am going to say right now that given the choice, I would ride Guardians over Tron. Not just because it's newer or anything like that. I just think this is a better experience. I mean, we have yet to see what they're going to do at Magic Kingdom, if the pre-show is going to be any different or if the queue is going to be any different, because if I remember correctly, there really was no pre-show. You just get in the queue, the very themed queue, great music in the queue, and then ride the ride. So this is definitely a better experience, but I also think the ride itself is better. Okay, so I was going to talk about, that's right, Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Nation, and this whole little kerfuffle that happened in Washington over the past few days. Now, probably should, again, review this, but I talked about a solution to this long time ago, and that's how our side can elect its leaders, and it involves not relying on the establishment. But I find it just curious that elected representatives actually representing their constituents, doing what their constituents want entirely within the rules, is somehow chaos. It's embarrassing. It's a threat to democracy. Oh my God. Spare me. Here's the thing. There's some on the opposition who know it's a scam, right? And I need to make that video too. I'm so sorry. But I am starting to think that I think some of them actually believe it. Like, they actually believe the insurrectionist rhetoric. And it's a pretty simple explanation. I'm shocked it didn't occur to me sooner. I'm embarrassed it didn't occur to me sooner. Connections Cafe was a pretty terrific experience. But there's one thing I don't think they really thought through. Everything they give you is disposable except for the plate. Although there were actual silverware for forks and knives. But this creates a weird, I don't know, it's, you have to put the plate in a tray and then dump all the disposables in this little teeny square and then put the tray. It's just this, I don't know, it's a very convoluted process. And I'm questioning whether or not it was really worth it just for the reusable plates. Everywhere else where they do that, where they do have reusable items, there's cast members that come and bust the individual tables. So putting that on the guest, cost-cutting measure, it's not working. So let's head over to Sunshine Seasonings, that's rather hard to say, for some dessert. The only thing they had at Connections was like a waffle with whipped cream and strawberry. Not for me. I guess it's either the lemon chiffon cake or a mini chocolate bundt cake. But we'll explore just a little bit more. Or maybe not, that's it. It was rough, but I went with the 50th anniversary mini chocolate bundt cake. This is different from what I had last night. Oh, I didn't show you. I'll tell you about it. No, I won't. Guardian, Schmardian, whatever. It's time for Listen to the Land.
And avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun.
Behold the most amazing animatronic on property.
The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land.
I'll have to come back at night because there's still some lights up.
With these gifts, our plants can grow an abundance of best.
Fantastic ride on Listen to the Land, and I, yes, still call it Listen to the Land. All right, let's head over to a Ratatouille, or Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. There we go, that's what it is here. And get a ride on that. I've never experienced it in English. Okay, by the way, that cake was great. Somebody has cracked the code for refrigerated cake, because while it did come straight out of the chiller, it was still smooth and supple. I don't know if it's difficult to achieve, but a lot of the cupcakes that you get here at Walt Disney World, they're cold, so they are just like crumbly, and it's not a particularly great experience. But it was still very smooth. I'm not going to call it moist because that's not what it was. It was still very smooth. I like that. Very good. All right, off to France. The posted wait time for Remy is 80 minutes. But you know what? Let's do it. But before that, we are going to head into the absolute best restrooms at Epcot, and they're over here to the side of Imagination. Traditional poutine. How? Okay. Delay that order. The wait time just jumped to 2 hours. It'll be back to normal, hopefully sometime today. And I can always, oh my God, I was about to say, I can always come back, but I can't. I have tomorrow and the next day, so no worries. And remember, I've already ridden it. What? I'm disappointed now. The reason our lefty friends get so worked up about, well, what was really the Capital Tour and selfie event, now she wants to talk. As I was saying, they have become so entitled to power that the inconvenience of a peaceful protest is something that they consider a full-on insurrection. Yeah, that's it. You know, how dare these citizens exercise their constitutional right to assemble? And peaceably? What? Remember, the only violence committed that day was by the Capitol Police. So they have become an absolutely insufferable lot. They cannot tolerate the citizens that they rule over. And I am glad, finally, that there are some people in Congress who are willing to stand up to everybody, both sides, the uniparty, the establishment, whatever you want to call them. I think things are going to change. It can only be for the better, because, well, yeah, if it comes to it, oh boy, they haven't seen anything yet. Oh, I guess goodbye to the Epcot experience. Yikes, even the bathrooms are unavailable. The greatest loss we suffered when Connections Eatery was open is the loss of what was the only drop-in garbage can at Epcot. And it was right there, always available, Old Faithful. Now, flappers. At least there's that. Bye-bye. Barbecue sauce. I missed the barbecue sauce. That would have completed the bistro burger. Die. Mission success, or well, part one mission, I have my bucket hat. I'm gonna try the mobile checkout and see how that goes. I've never done it before, but there's a line and there's nobody waiting at the mobile checkout. Well, that was a pretty painless process when it worked. There was about a 3-minute glitch where the purchase wouldn't go through. As I was waiting in line to see if I needed to do something like pick a certain card or something, everything came back online and it worked. So when it works smoothly, it's actually a pretty good system. And so yeah, here we go. Got my hat. No bag. No bag, remember. Reduce. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta wear that t-shirt more often. Well, I guess we're headed out of the park, so I'm gonna say good for the Freedom Caucus. Good for standing up for their voters. The only people who were embarrassed by this is the corrupt uniparty establishment. But they need to be taken to task more often. Democracy does need to be a lot more messy than it's been for far too long. They can't just get their way every time with no debate. And I'll remind all my lefty friends that this happened on our side. The actual debate happened on our side. The people standing up for their constituents happened on our side. They tried. The squad tried this a couple of years ago, but Nancy Pelosi crushed them before the first vote. So, yeah, don't lecture me on democracy. Don't lecture us on democracy. So I'm gonna go drop this off and then see what's next. Yes, all is right with the world again. Spaceship Earth, 10 minutes. Of course.
Much of our learning is destroyed, lost forever. Be watchful for Renaissance.
Since you like to wing it, you'll never get bored on the journey. Or should I say the beginning of your future.
So my future is a clone? A lot of birthdays today, unless it's one particular member of the custodial staff. I don't know, he was there for the other one. Well, I guess, well, goodbye, Spaceship Earth, for today. Finally, a cloud, because it is time to say goodbye from a fantastic day at EPCOT. Wow, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. What an amazing attraction. That was absolutely fantastic. Be back, eventually, gotta ride that again. Virtual queue worked out very well. The pre-show, I don't know if I mentioned this before, was kind of corny, but maybe they wanted it that way, and if that was their intent, well, they absolutely pulled it off. And the coaster itself is great. Wow. I enjoyed Connections Cafe. If I'd only seen the barbecue sauce, that would have made it so much better. Oh, the salad could be larger. And I'm glad we got to talk about the recent events and why, well, we should be proud. We should not be embarrassed, and it's about time somebody stood up for us. While I still have only seen Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in French, I guess that is why I am still so very thankful for my problems.